We back, man. 15 minutes of Fame Radio. Special guest in the building. Mickey Factz, man.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's fucked up? I'm a huge Mickey Factz fan, yo.
Oh man, don't say that.
Do I ever tell anybody I'm a fan? I'm a huge Mickey Factz fan.
Wow.
And not the new Mickey Factz, the old Mickey Factz.
Okay.
Like, you know, I don't even know. Like, we from the Bronx, right?
I'm from the BX, baby.
Cause you know, I know you've been all over, man. You got that Chicago, Lupe,
Right.
connection.
A lot of people feel like I should be from Chicago for whatever reason, but I'm from New York City, man.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man.
For sure.
Real quick, man, before we get started, how you doing? Everything good?
Everything is beautiful, man. I'm in New Jersey, Bayonne. Got a little lost. Got in here a little late. I would have loved to got here at 8 o'clock to kind of have a full 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for whatever questions are being thrown at me up until 10 o'clock, man. I'm here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you know, I guess I want to get into, like, you know, because the new guys, the battle rap fans, they know you for the battle rap, but I want to stay away from that right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I want the people to really know your impact on what you've done.
Yes.
Like, let's start from the beginning.
Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's do
the
it.
Bronx, young boy.
Yes.
You know, how did you even start rapping? Like, what inspired you, man?
Well, I first got my start in the Bronx in Stevenson High School, and you know, this is gonna be we got about 80 minutes, so I'm gonna try to keep this short but keep it quick. For one, I went to Stevenson High School, and I got started writing raps. You know what I'm saying? In like 5th grade, rewriting Bone Thugs and Harmony raps so I could get friends. You know what I'm saying? And once I got these so-called friends, I started to write my own lyrics. And when I got to high school, around 9th grade, you know, I started to, you know, come out of my shell and was like, yo, I want to rap in ciphers. I jumped in the cipher just like Cannabis did with my book out, my notebook out.
Okay.
And I got destroyed. Destroyed. Like
with the book out.
With the book out. I got destroyed. And the following year, I promised myself that I would never let that happen again. You know, I would freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I would memorize all my lyrics. I would memorize everything. And the following year, I was the best in Stevenson High School. And, you know, I've done some amazing things in Stevenson High School and after I left Stevenson High School. So, you know, I'm pretty happy from my beginnings.
Now, at this point, you know, now you're getting involved with the industry. You know, I'm fast forwarding a little bit.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like it was today, right?
No.
Very much like hard. Like, you had to really rap.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who was the first person to give you a shot? Can we talk about that?
First person to give me a shot in hip-hop would have to be Ian Steeman, who was doing the Different Kitchen blog in 2007. And this is before blogs was popular. And he posted Heaven's Fallout. And from posting Heaven's Fallout, he also posted my record I'm Sean, which was about Sean Bell getting shot at 50 times. And then Not Right posted it. And this is before Not Right was what it was, and Two Door Boys and everything. And when they posted that, it was kind of a big deal at that time. And I took that and I ran with it, and I didn't stop from there. And I have to give a big shout out to Ian Steeman for starting my career, because if it wasn't for him, I seriously would not be where I am tonight.
Word. Now, you know, like, what? Like, I always ask artists this too, because I noticed, like, throughout your career, like, you've been very vocal on issues like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, why did you feel like that was necessary to step up at that point in time and make a record like that?
I want to give a shout out to Papoose, you know what I'm saying? Because he inspired me to actually do that record. When I heard Papoose do his record of Sean Bell, I felt like what he did was, you know, typical of an artist to do the record for somebody who's gotten wronged by somebody in a situation dealing with policemen. But when I heard it, I was like, I also wanted to do it in the shoes and in the mindset of Sean Bell and take it to where he was and do it from his personal perspective. And when I did that, it was kind of a deeper connection to the character. And a lot of people connected with that, and people ran with it from that point forward. And I just kind of made my name from that point forward on.
Yeah. Now, you know, at this point, like, are the people looking for you to do records just like that, or like, you know, was it, you know, mixed up? I mean,
people love when I do storytelling type records.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but they love it. From the I'm Sean record to my Mickey Mouse mixtape, and even to this last record, Detroit Red, when I'm in the shoes of a young Malcolm X, people just love those type of records from me for whatever reason it may be. So, you know, I just try to give these people this particular type of sound and this type of message within my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, at the end of the day, I grew up on all types of lyricists, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, my knowledge in hip-hop is so vast that for somebody to kind of, you know, discredit what I know and who I am is blasphemous in my personal opinion.
Do you feel like, you know, especially with like these new guys, man, because there's no rules, you know, they're not really doing the history lessons that they should.
Right.
Do you feel like that's what's hurting the music nowadays? I mean, should they be going to studying and doing, you know what I mean, research?
Well, it's a very slippery slope to go on. You know what I'm saying? Because to answer something like that, it's like I came in a game showing the utmost respect to all of the pioneers. Like, you know, I can just from speaking to you, I can just tell your love for the old school. You know what I'm saying? And that's the passion that I had for the old school guys. And when I came into the game, I came into the game showing nothing but love and respect to all of these guys, because these are the guys that made me want to rap. And for some reason, people denounced who I was, and it literally emotionally hurt me. Somebody who loves hip hop, it's like, yo, like I know more than anybody that's in my peer group, because this is what I grew up on. So for y'all to discredit me for trying to make my own mark in the game, and then 4, 5, 6 years later, people take what I do and make it the norm, it's just absolutely disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for people not to know the history of hip-hop and then, you know what I'm saying, try to make their own living from it, to me, is pretty disrespectful. But again, I can't be mad at what they do, because, you know, they're making a living and they're supporting their families.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual for hip-hop, yeah, it is a little disrespectful, because this is our culture. This is what we love, you know what I'm saying? And in order for us to continue to love this particular culture, we have to continue to teach the history of it and move forward with it, with whatever we learn from it.
Yeah. You know, you spoke a little bit on, you know, the whole Nah Right situation.
Yes.
With you know, before the internet was, you know, what it was today, the machine.
Yes.
Can you explain the difference, you know, for these new cats up here, you know, what it was like, you know, shopping yourself and, you know, competition-wise, like, out there? Because, you know, none of my recent guests is able to do that.
Right.
Like, you know, without the internet, you know, what was it like shopping your music to these labels? I mean,
I mean, from 2006 to 2008, it was very difficult, bro. Like, at this time, you know, and these are guys that I respect wholeheartedly, lyrically. Corey Guns, Graph, Papoose, you know what I'm saying, Saigon, Joe Budden, Crooked Eye, Lupe Fiasco. Like, that was my particular competition coming up in 2006. And, you know, the fact that these are guys that I've worked with all of these guys in some sort of capacity. And, you know, these new guys, they have it so easy. Like, they don't understand how easily they have it. Like, it was very difficult to get on the blog before. I don't know how difficult it is now, because I'm on them already now. But before, it was very difficult. I would send music to people and they wouldn't listen. And not until, you know, Ian Steeman from Different Kitchen posted me, and then Nah Right posted me, and that was kind of an implosion, and then that was that. But even then, I had to prove myself. And even still now, to this day, I still feel like I have to prove myself. Because I feel like a lot of people don't think I can rap. Like, I have some sort of personal conflictions within myself that people just don't think I can rap. And if you search me on YouTube, I freestyle off the top. I've out-rapped Corey Guns, which a lot of people can't do. Like, I've out-rapped him. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my man. You know what I'm saying? That in itself is an accolade in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, anytime I'm in a cypher with anybody, I pretty much shut them down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand how people they always say hip-hop is 90% the music and the lyrics. And I'm starting to really see that now. It's all about the image. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point, I thought it was all about the lyrics. I grew up on Redman. I grew up on Biggie Smalls. I grew up on guys who were just so dope with it. You know what I'm saying? But the game has changed a lot. So I have to kind of, you know, reinvent myself all the time to kind of try to stay up with everybody else.
With like the internet being available, you know, all your music being out there for the people to you know listen to.
Yes.
Why do you feel like they think that they can't rap? Are they just not listening? I mean, what?
You know, when you come in the game, it's I finally, you know, as you get older, you kind of realize what certain people and certain lyrics are being said. Jay-Z said, you know, they don't listen to music, they just skim through it, you know, just pick out the singles. I did a record called, I did the Super Song. When I did the Super Song, you know, I was a fan of sneakers. Like, why can't I be a fan of sneakers? As a lyricist, you know what I'm saying? Run DMC, they were a fan of sneakers. They loved Adidas, and they did an Adidas song, and it got them a deal. I did a record for Supras. And when I did this record for Supras, people were like, what is this? Like, why is he doing this record? Da-da-da-da-da. Next thing you know, Wayne puts him on, Jay-Z puts him on, and it's a big thing. And now as I'm getting older, I start to see you kind of have to be like everybody else and then create your own lane and then branch out and show people how to kind of move in that specific lane. Specific lane. And it's really sad that it has to be like that. But I was really trying to move hip-hop forward back then. And now in 2014, what I was doing in 2008, everybody's doing exactly what I was doing in 2008 now. But they're not doing it as lyrically as I was doing, you know, and that's the sad part. You know, I was getting crucified for quote-unquote wearing skinny jeans. I wore skinny jeans one time in my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? And it was the most uncomfortable experience I've ever, and nobody got it on, you know, footage or anything, but I wore it one time and I was like, I could never do this. This is something that I can't do. But, you know, people felt like I was wearing skinny jeans because they weren't as baggy as what people were wearing in 2006, 7, and 8. And now that's the norm.
Yeah.
And when you see people wearing it now, and guys are wearing skirts now, and when you see a guy wearing a skirt now, they don't get crucified as much as I got crucified. And I was actually nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pride myself on being, like, nice. And, it's a part of life. And, you know, I just take it with a grain of salt.
Now the fashion side of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you heavy into fashion?
I used to be. I'm not really into fashion as I used to be anymore because I feel like now, you know, after, you know, what I tried to do back in the days and people kind of took that, like I said earlier, I got crucified for that, man. Like, you don't understand, like, the depression that really put me in. Like, people really were, like, calling me gay and all of this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And now, like, it's the norm now, like, to see that, and people who once said that these things about me, they're doing it now. It's just like, what? Like, you called me this. Like, why would you? And I wasn't even doing it to the extreme that these people were doing it. The internet is a very wild place. Like, it gives people balls to say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. And, you know, it shouldn't be like that. But in terms of fashion right now, like, I just like to wear what I feel is fly to me. I'm really into Y3, Black Apple, and Belches, and, you know, and Converse. That's pretty much all I like to wear. You know, I don't want to jump outside of anything too crazy anymore, because it's like you can't even get crazier than what's going on right now. These guys are wilding right now.
Now,
what if What if I'd have came here in a kilt? Like, what would you have said? Like, if I walked in here with a kilt, like, what would you say?
I ain't gonna lie, I would have did the interview, and when you left, I would have been popping mad shit on
exactly. But this is what's praised now.
Yeah.
Guys do kilts.
And what about like Cam with the cape and shit?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
The cape shit hard.
The cape shit is kind of hard, B. The cape is kind of hard. I can't lie, man. Right. It's like you're a superhero. I'm a big comic fan, so I like it.
Yeah. Now forget the fans for a second. As your peers, the people you named, the Joe Buttons, and do you think that they respect you for what you are?
Sometimes I feel like they do. Sometimes I feel like they don't. I think a lot of times, again, I feel like hip hop has been 10% music and lyrics and 90% everything else. I can go on a radio station with Joe Buttons, and we can cypher for hours. Like, I can do it with anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And hold my own. I've done it with everybody. So, but it's the fact that I did records like the Super Song. I did records like Rockin' and Rollin'. I did records like, Paradise was a hard record, but it wasn't lyrically like out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I tried to, do things to sustain a living, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I got a family to support, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be, I don't have any kids, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I want a family at one time in my life, at a point in time in my life, and I want to be able to support people. And I did these records to support people for the long run and give people what Mickey Factz is about on my mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? So I did records, that were out of the box, you know what I'm saying? I did the electro, the techno, and the house records before anybody was doing them. Now it's the norm. And it's a little frustrating, but, it happens.
What do you think you've done wrong, though? I mean, you was before your time, but, what actually did you learn from that?
Of course,
okay.
I think what I did wrong, a lot of it had to do with a lot of decisions that I made. I had a lot of opportunities that a lot of people would probably never have. I also feel like, being ahead of your time, you have to know that people won't be able to accept it at that particular time. You can get frustrated, like, yo, why aren't people getting this, and I need to make music like this, but I never really. If you listen to any of my music, I never really did any kind of trap music. I never did anything like that. I never did any snap kind of music. I did the music that I felt was right for me. And, it's the norm now, and it's kind of frustrating. But at the end of the day, I feel like real music and real lyrics is what sustains any artist. Me being in the industry for 6 years now and still being able to get shows and still being able to get features and still being able to be one of those guys that people respect, that know lyricism, it's a blessing, because there's a lot of guys, who had they were one-hit wonders, they had a big record, and then they disappeared forever. I'm still one of those guys that can still, come out and do what I do and perform and give guys great lyrics anytime I feel like it. And I think that's a true testament of what lyricism is about in hip-hop, you know what I'm saying?
Word. Now, speaking of, like, shows and stuff like that, how far have you really reached? Like, what's your biggest, like, show, like, big, best state, like, even if other countries, like, how far have you gone? How far has this hip-hop shit taken you?
Okay, well, the biggest show that I've ever done, I opened up for Wiz Khalifa in 2011. And, man, and let me say, Wiz is actually, he was one of those guys who was really super lyrical at one point, and he dumbed his stuff down so he can, take care of his family, and I give him shouts. But when I opened up for Wiz Khalifa in Amherst, New York, or I believe it was New York, it was 15,000 people, bro.
Wow.
15,000. Like, there was 3,000 people in front of me, and then there was people in the stands, and and this is all on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
This was in 2011. I hadn't done shows in a while, and I still thought DJs use CDs instead of the jump drives. I gave a DJ a CD scratched. None of my songs would play. Mind you, I'm on stage. in front of 15,000 people.
Word.
And this is why, like, I should be. Let me chill. So
nah, you talk your shit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, like this why I wanted to do this interview, because these people need to know, respect you for what you've done, man.
Right.
You know,
a lot of people would have crumbled in this particular situation. CD was scratched. I did an acapella freestyle first, off the top. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of rep Amherst. When the CD wouldn't work, I went into I literally had a nervous breakdown on stage. I didn't show it though. And then I said, I breathed, and I said to the DJ, yo, throw anything on. It doesn't matter for the next 20 minutes. And I freestyled from that point until the end of my set for 15,000 people.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got cheers, and then they brought me back, and I did my own show there, and then I opened up for J. Cole later that year. But to go through something like that was the biggest show I ever been to. In regards to how far it's taken me, I've been to China, and I performed for about 2 billion people on MTV in China. And there was about 3,000 people, and I performed on a plexiglass stage with water underneath me on a river, and it was super slippery. And I also performed in Japan with Lupe and the Cool Kids, and I did a little England tour.
Now, you know, when you got some, like, you're out in China and Japan, they speak a different language.
Yes.
You know, how does that work as an artist? Like, do they pick up on it, or do they already know it? Like, how I always hear the culture's great out there, but how does that work? Like, how's the culture out there?
I don't think they understood a word I was saying, but the love is unreal, because in New York and in the United States, period, we're just so privileged to these artists. You know, they come around at least once a year maybe for certain states like Iowa, Idaho. But, you know, these guys, they worshiped the ground we walked on. Whatever we wanted, we got it. Like, it didn't, you know, we were treated like kings, to be honest. And because, you know, we dictate these people's lives and their lifestyles. They see things on YouTube and they're like, wow, these guys are doing it. And, you know, they take it and they appreciate it as such. Like, something like when Swave Sever went to, where did he go when he battled that guy out of the country? He went somewhere. No, I don't think it was Canada.
Don't Flop,
yeah,
right?
It was
Australia, was it?
I want to say it was Australia or Indonesia. One of those two. And he was treated so well, and he performed in front of like maybe 30,000, 40,000 people.
Word.
And it was like they treated him so well because, you know, it's something that they don't particularly get all the time. And that's how it was when we did the show. When I did the show with Lupe and the Cool Kids, we just had an amazing time.
Word. Now, real quick before we get into a record, I want to clarify the whole Lupe thing.
Yes.
You know, what is the connection? Because I used to think y'all was like, you know, like a group. You know what I mean? Like, I always seen pictures of y'all together,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are y'all really that close now? And also, you know, what is the relation? How did y'all meet?
I actually told this story when we were on tour. And the last show, we had a show in Baltimore, and I co-owned the magazine at the time. It was called Lace Magazine, and I interviewed Lupe for the magazine, and I said to him, one day we're gonna work together, and that was in 2007. First time I met Lupe was in 2009, and that was in Japan. That was the first time we actually sat down and talked after I said that, and I opened up for him, and he showed me so much love. And from 2010 to 2012, we were kind of like on and off as cool people. But in 2012, you know what I'm saying, when I did Mickey Mouse, he kind of just gravitated towards me a little bit more. He saw that I was just not just a fly-by-night artist, and I was just doing, you know, the art-inspired lyrics that now all of a sudden everybody wants to be a artist. And from there, you know, I went on tour with him, and you know, he has a new tour coming up. He has a new record out right now, and I'm probably going to be on the new tour, you know, and I'm just grateful to, you know, he's such a good guy for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, he understands lyricism. He's one of those guys that's super nice, you know what I'm saying? You go on YouTube and you check out, you know, freestyles, Lupe, Mickey Factz, you'll see, like, even then, like,
yeah,
you'll see the outcome of what happens with me rapping with Lupe.
Now, when you like really started kicking it, this was when he was at the Kick Push,
This was actually
height.
Superstar.
Okay.
This was Superstar.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? This was before the show goes on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And we were cool, man. Like, and that's the homie. Like, I can text him and he hits me back. And it's always good to have a relationship with somebody who's in the door that can, help you take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And who's just nice, man. Like, I'm a guy that just likes guys who can rap, yo. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like nowadays I like Vic Mensa. Have you heard of Vic Mensa? He's pretty dope, yo. Like, he's like one of the few guys that can actually really seriously rap. I don't really feel like a lot of guys can rap anymore. You know what I'm saying? They could just go up there and just go off and be like, damn, yo. And you be like, damn, that guy really can rap. I don't really feel like we have any guys like that anymore in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Guys pulling their phone and reading from it.
Now, you also spoke a lot about freestyling.
Yes.
The lost art.
It's a very lost art, man.
Like, how important is it for you to be able to do that, to control a crowd? Like, you said something, you freestyle for 15 minutes. Like, now these guys can't, you know what I mean?
For 30 seconds.
Yeah, so, I mean, how do you even, for the upcoming artists, what would you, advice would you give them? Like, how do you learn how to freestyle?
Well, if they want to do it, first of all, they gotta want to know. They gotta want to do it, because if they don't want to do it, it's not gonna happen. I got embarrassed in school, and that's the reason why I wanted to do it. So, again, when I was in high school, this was 1996. So, pardon me for the old technology, but we had. Remember the Kevin McAllister from Home Alone? He had the Talk Boy. I didn't have a Talk Boy, but I had a tape recorder, and I would record myself freestyling, and I would listen to it over and over, and I would do it again, and I would do it. I would continuously do it, and then I would just see how long I could go without repeating the same words. Right. And this was something that I learned, you know what I'm saying, and I kept it with me. And I feel like every artist should at least know how to freestyle, should have battled, should have been in ciphers, something to kind of, let people know that, listen, I want to get my money, but aside from getting my money, I know what I'm a part of. This is a culture, and I feel like this is the only culture that we don't respect the previous works that has happened, and we let people get away with it. And then when there's somebody that comes along that wants to revere and respect what people put in front of us, we shut it down. I mean, because it happened to me, but. I'm saying I still love hip hop, and I'm still here doing it, bro.
That's what's up, man. Take a little break
for sure.
Play some records. You take a bite to eat.
Yes. I got some fried, Chinese wontons. I think they're wontons with some. This. I think I might want you to try some of this. This is crazy, man.
Actually, I'm full as hell. I'm good.
You could just try one. You know what I'm saying? This is really good. Just try one.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And we out here, man.
Work it out. What record you want to? You want to say? Let's say the Detroit.
Let's get into Detroit right now. And we get in.
We gotta talk about this then. If we gonna get into that right now, I just want this the new record.
Yes.
Off the new tape.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it when we get back. Let's play that record.
Detroit Red.
Let's go, man. Mickey Factz in the building. Bags. Let's go.
15 minutes.